part of Media Ministry Reflection. We just talking about know your church, like know what happens in church, know the kind of ministries we have and what they do, and just know your church. And now we have part 2 of the Media Ministry. And guess who I have here? None other but Christine.
Okay. As if they're supposed to know who Christine is.
So okay, now just introduce yourself.
Okay. I am Christine Mburu, and I'm part of the media team in the camera squad, as Brian likes to name us. So I'm Christine in the camera team of the media ministry of PCA St. Andrew's Church, Nairobi.
Thank you so much. So in the first part, we had their coordinator, Brian Wamugi of the media ministry, and today we have a member who works now under Brian Wamugi, and we want to know from a member's perspective. But to start off, for how long have you been in the media ministry?
For how long? It's almost a year now. We're in April, right? I joined in June, if I'm not wrong.
Last time?
Yeah, June of last year.
Really?
Yeah, I've not been here for a very long time. I mean, I think I am among the newest members, although we have so many other people. So I'd say it's been a year now. Yeah.
Okay. So what delights you in serving, or what excites you in serving the Lord in the media ministry and in this church?
Okay, I think the highlight, when you said delight, the first thing that came to my mind is my highlight of being in the media team is usually, and I'll describe it as best as I can, Sunday after service when we're going to take tea. It's not the tea.
Okay, it is what?
It's not the tea, it's that moment.
Okay.
We all usually just there talking about nothing and everything, and I really, really like that time. I don't say that as much, and I probably don't tell these guys as much as I should, but that's my highlight most of the time. But my delight is the fact that I am able to, how sometimes you feel like you can do things, but you don't know how to do them for God or for his glory.
Yeah.
So it gives me such joy that something I like doing, I can actually do it for God. So yeah.
Nice. Now that you're just there, so what is your low light?
Wow, my low light is I don't like waking up early in the morning, to be honest.
And from what Wamugi says, you guys have to wake up at 5.
We have to be up so early, especially on Sundays. And maybe the guys don't see like it's a big deal, because for guys, you just wake up, decide what you're wearing, and leave, Well, for some of us, getting ready takes so long.
Yeah.
So now I have to be in church at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I have to ask myself, should I be up at 6:30 or at I don't know, 6 o'clock, so that I'm ready and prepared. And then we still have the vibe of Sunday is a day when you dress up and look nice. So even if you're in the media team, you still want to look good.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's my low light, waking up really early in the morning. And sometimes the pressure. I don't know if people know how much pressure we're under, because what you guys see on camera, there's so much that went behind it that had to happen for it to come out the way it was. And sometimes there are days you are so frustrated and tired just on your own, but thankfully I work with amazing people, so the team kind of makes you feel better. We have professional comedians or self-proclaimed comedians who even with the pressure, and yes, if you're all thinking of the one and only person, that is the person. So we have guys who make us, who make the pressure a bit easier.
Yeah. Now that you're talking about pressure, just because it is from a member's perspective. I know we had the leader. So how is it working under you as truly Wamugi?
Let's end the interview here, because if I talk about our leader, Brian Wamugi. First, before I even talk about the pressure, I think Brian takes up more pressure than we can ever imagine and ever know. And what the best thing is, he never even once puts that pressure on you. Like, he'll tell you the things he's supposed to do and you're thinking, you're not going crazy right now. But he'll still come and give you life and give you psych.
Yeah.
So working with Wamoge is amazing. My first days, I was very, I won't say scared of him because I don't think anyone comes and is scared of Brian. I was just intimidated because I was thinking, wow, this guy knows everything and I know basically nothing. But Brian has this way of making everyone feel like you belong. So working under Brian as a leader, I'd say, is fantastic. I don't know many of the other leaders, but I feel like he's among the very best. I will never repeat it, and if anyone ever asks me, I never said that. But yeah, he's among the best when it comes to the leaders we have in church. Yeah.
And of course, also under the leadership of Elder.
Let's not even start with Elder and James. They are amazing. I feel like media team, I don't say it's a family because that's a cliche, but it feels like a family. These are people you can talk about anything and everything to, and you will feel safe and feel you feel very validated. Nothing you say goes unheard. So it's amazing. I think the three of them do such an amazing job.
Wow, that's really interesting. So you said something to do the camera squad. So are you in the camera squad?
Yes, I am in the camera squad. We have, I think Brian mentioned, we have the camera team, we have the projections team, we have the sound team, I think. I'm just generalizing all of them. So yeah, I'm in the camera team.
So what is the team?
We do the photography that some of you guys will probably see on social media. So we take the photos and give them. Oh, there are other teams like the social media team. Okay, I am the worst to ask this question because I don't know every single team, but we have so many teams. So for the camera team, we do the videography. So for example, the shooting of reflections, we have the people who now handle the cameras, and then we do the photography. Yeah, basically that's it. And then some of us have taken other roles, like doing thumbnails, which some people think is so yeah. So there's a lot we do, but mostly videography and photography. Yeah.
And of course, that one plays a major role in ensuring that all part of, let's say, the song is aired out there, right?
Yes.
And it has to happen in the middle of all these things.
Yeah, in the middle of, if you're feeling tired at that moment, the good thing is we have a lot of communication. So yeah, service has to move smoothly, but remember there's someone on camera who has to record that service or has to stand there all that time. So we coordinate with each other to make things okay.
Okay, so I remember Wamugi sharing how hard it is to just listen to someone when they're doing the videography and all that. So is it the same thing with somebody who is on the camera and trying to be in the service, like being part of the praise and worship, being part, actively listening to the someone? Is it a hard thing when you're in the camera?
Yes, to be very honest, it kind of is because we have to think a step ahead. So while the pastor is about to speak or the minister, whoever is speaking, is about to speak, you have to think ahead. For example, service has started, they've spoken, and now they're about to end. So you see, I have to look for those cues. Thank God for education. You look for non-verbal cues because there's a way someone relaxes when they're about to finish a sermon, or there's some things they say like, as I conclude. So now maybe other people aren't really looking too much for them, but we have to, so that I know, okay, we're about to end, so the next person has to go to the next shot. If I'm on that shot, I have to know if I'm about to zoom out. So yeah, sometimes listening to a service, a sermon can be difficult. We also use communication, which is Zello. It's an app we use. So since we are all in the same channel, there could be things happening with the sound guys, so you're hearing it, all of it. I know you can't go off the app because you need to hear what other people are doing, or someone may communicate to you. So you can imagine hearing people talking, and you're trying to listen. So to answer your question, yeah, sometimes it's hard to listen to a sermon. Unless that day everything is okay and no one is talking, then you can listen. But it's a bit hard. So sometimes we try to listen to the sermons afterward. And like Brian said, we have devotions. So if you don't get to listen to the sermon, you can get the devotion on Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Interesting.
Yeah.
So what challenges do you face on that? I know you
Ooh.
probably have pick there, so but put them together.
Yeah, the challenges we have experienced, and as I'm saying all of this, I'm talking about the camera team. The projections team have their issues, social media people have theirs. So I'll just mention for the camera team. I picked the ones that irk me sometimes, the ones you feel like, surely. So sometimes you're on camera and someone just passes in front of the camera. And you're thinking, okay, in what world is that okay, you know? But we've come to have a little grace because you realize not everybody knows how things work, you know? So yeah, that I'd say is a big issue when people keep passing in front of the camera and you're on camera. It's a bit irritating. Secondly, this sounds so kidogo, but when you're having a recording and you know it's going to be a very long one and we've been given designated space, sometimes people come to that space or like pass where the wires are and it could disconnect stuff, or pick your chair because they're assuming you're going to be standing through the entire service. They pick your seat. So now you're left wondering, okay, what am I? Especially when we have long services at the youth hall. Your seat was there. The next thing, it's not there anymore. So we just learned to, at least we communicate with other people, so you can tell somebody, please bring this for me, or please do this for me. So I'd say that's an issue. Also, we are hoping to have more people into the team. I think people assume tumejazana and we are enough. But you know, like Brian said, we can never be enough, you know, so we'd really, really like that. Also, the cameras, we'd like more cameras so that we can probably be able to shoot more things at one time. So yeah, I'd say those are a few of the issues.
Wow, this is interesting. We are calling out for you guys. If you really want to serve in the media industry,
please do.
Please do. You can see how calm, how happy, how delighted.
You get the calmness when you join the team.
And the laughter and the jokes.
Exactly.
So we're calling out to you guys and you're welcome to join the media industry. Thank you so much.
You're very
Christy.
welcome.
And just your parting shots.
My parting shots. Everything you do it as if you're working for the Lord. I know it's one of those Bible cliches, but I've come to realize that it is so true. There's so much joy when you're doing things for God, because I've not highlighted every single thing we go through, but there are days you get so tired and you ask yourself, I'm just a student, why am I even here, what am I doing? But then you realize, if I'm doing it for God, then it's gonna work. Let me give a slight testimony. Before I joined the media team, I was on internship elsewhere and I wasn't too familiar with what live streaming was all about. So I was taken to do something and I had no idea what I was supposed to do. And thankfully, God somehow just covered it up by making that camera get spoiled, so I didn't even have to do what I needed to do. So at that time, I didn't know that. So now I come to church and I'm put in the camera squad. I actually said I want to be in the camera squad. And now I know live streaming very, very well. So it's opened up other doors for me, opportunities I didn't really think I'd ever get. And I don't attribute it to the fact that I've gone to school. I attribute it to the fact that God's timing, He needed me to be here. He needed me to be in church, to work for Him, and so that He's able to open other doors. So yeah.
Wow. The joy of serving the Lord.
Yeah.
His joy is just joy. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. God's blessings to